Hi everyone. So good morning and yeah. So this is going to be lecture number 24 on probability and statistics. So we are computing the probability, okay, when joint PDF is given, right? So uh, in this session, I'm just going to take up the non-uniform joint density function. Already we have discussed uniform case, and as many of you now understood that if uniform case is given, right? Remember that if uniform case will be given, right? So you have to simply find the probability of the reasonable region, okay? Whatever region will be specified inside the probability, okay? Like they will be asking probability of x and y belonging to certain region, okay? And remember, okay, so you have to just find the area. You have to just find the area as long as the probability density function is constant, okay? Joint probability density function is constant. That this statement you have to keep in mind, okay? And if joint density function is not uniform, it is non-uniform, right, inside the region of support, okay, then please remember that is not going to be the area. You don't have to compute the area, okay? You have to go through the regular integral, double integral, okay? And I will help you how to set up a regular integral, okay, in this session. Let's move ahead. So what I'm trying to say here is that suppose we have got, okay, suppose we have got the non-uniform density function, and how does the non-uniform density function look like? That is the question. Okay. So this is going to be lecture number 24, right? Lecture number 24, and we are talking about how do we compute, right? Compute, you can say that the probability when non-uniform, okay, non-uniform JPDF is given, right? When non-uniform JPDF is given, you can say. Understand? So we will talk about 2D non-uniform, two-dimensional non-uniform, okay, non-uniform joint density function, right? So what kind of question they will be asking is, just I'm going to show you, okay? So many question already has been asked in GATE exam. If you look at PYQs of mathematics, right? So you will find all the question, right? Understand? So the question will be asked like this. You see here, this is a problem, right? So whenever this kind of problem will be asked, right? Suppose they are saying that the random variable x and y, okay, have joint density. Random variable x and y have joint density, where the joint density function is given as, x plus y in this region of support. You see, now the region of support is unit square only. That is very familiar to us, right? We are familiar with unit square, right? But as long as this joint density function is concerned, it is not uniform, okay? And it will be also not independent, okay? Because you cannot separate x and y, okay? See, if you are able to separate x and y, okay, so you can say that is going to be independent random variable, right? If joint density function can be factored in two marginals, product of two marginals, okay? So I believe a student from electronics and communication engineering, they can better witness this kind of question they have already got in the GATE exam, and they were facing a lot of challenges, okay? But now, as long as Dheeraj sir is here with you, so you will not face any problem, solve this problem, okay? So let x and y have the joint density function, okay? And this is a joint density function, right? This is the notation and everything. Now what you have to find is, first of all, you have to show that the above is valid density. What is the meaning of this is valid density? You have to perform the double integral, and that double integral must be equal to 1, okay? Okay, and you have to find the probability of x less than half, y less than half, and then you have to find this. So there are two questions. First question is this, second question is this. Fine. So let us, what is the first step that we always do? Can somebody tell me what is the first step that we always do? So first of all, you have to keep in mind that if you want to check whether it is a valid density function, so region of support should have the positive density function, right? So first of all, you have to, you have to make sure that the density function x comma by must be greater than or equal to 0. This is the very first criterion that you have to check, okay? Just to validate whether this given density function is, valid density function. The next is nothing but what, guys? Next is you have to draw the meaning of this is nothing but in this region of support you can say 0 to 1, right? This is the region of support, right? I can directly plot this guy. This is a unit unit circle, sorry, unit square, right? X comma by. So inside this as long as x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, so your density function is always, you can say, non-negative or positive only, right? Okay, this is the first criteria that you have to fulfill, okay, in order to claim that the given density function is a valid density function. I think this is clear, right? Next is you have to make sure that this is the first check. The second check is nothing but, okay, this. So for valid density function, or valid, you can say, density function, the first check is this, okay, that must be greater than 0 and it is okay. And the second one is you have to integrate, right? So integration has to be performed over like x and y. So x is going from 0 to 1, you can say that y equal to 0 to 1, right? Y equal to 0 to 1 and x equal to also 0 to 1. Here you can write x plus y, as long as the density function is given x plus y. See, this time you cannot directly compute the area and all, right? Because the density function is non-uniform density function. Okay, can you understand that? Yes. So this is going to be, you can say that dx and dy. Okay, dx and dy. Understand? So what we have to do here is, if you're performing, what is the idea behind computing double integral, right? So if you're performing double integral here, right, so first of all you have to take x, okay, and then perform here the integration with respect to x and forget about y. You treat y as, when you're performing x, since you can see here the limit of the integration is also constant, so treating you can write here treating y as constant, right? So what matters in the double integral is, while performing double integral, is that the sequence in which you are finding the integration, right? That is what the main important thing is. So many of you, if you're not from electronics, electrical engineering, background, you might face difficulty, but yeah, you have to accept it, right? You have to practice it. Okay, if you're going for gate data science and AI, understand, because everything is important. If you want to have the career in gate data science, in data science and AI. Okay, so treating by as constant. Okay, so here if you treat by as constant, so your by equal to 0 to 1, now this becomes x square plus by x, okay, x square by 2, and you can use the fundamental first theorem of fundamental calculus. You can just plug here limits, so this becomes by equal to 0 to 1, and this is 1 by 2 plus by, okay, dy. Now again you can just so this becomes 1 by 2 by plus by square by 2 and limit 0 to 1, right? So it is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, which is 1. Yeah, so this guy is a valid density function, you can say. Yeah, this guy is a valid density function. Okay, yes, answer will be yes. Okay, so yeah, it's a small job, right? In gate 2024 the question was asked very first time by ISC Bangalore in gate data science and AI paper, and that was not a valid joint density function, because when you were computing the integration, okay, double integration over that density function, okay, And that was also not the uniform density function. That was also non-uniform because your density function was depending upon x and y. Okay. I hope this makes sense. Okay. So let us move to next, question, next part of the question. So the question second says that, I mean, the density function is given. First of all, you have to identify whether it belongs to which category. So you can say this is a category, third, right? Okay, where the non-uniform density function is there. And let's say density function is given here, right? This is the density function which is given, okay? And you have to find this first, right? So what we can do here is the solution is going to be, you first try to draw the region of support. Okay, so this is x and this is y. In two-dimensional, you can figure it out. So this is a unit square, 0 to 1, right? Now you have to mark these points also, right? Since they have given that, you have to find the probability. So x is 1 by 2 and the y is 1 by 2, right? Okay, x is 1 by 2 and the y is 1 by 2, but you can't directly find the area here, right? So the answer for this question is going to be what? You have to do like this. Y is starting from 0 to 1 by 2 and x is starting from 0 to 1 by 2, and your density function is x plus y dx into dy. You have to perform this integral, okay, to compute the answer. Understand? So I believe anybody can do this integral, right? So if you're trying to find the y equal to 0, start from y, okay? That is very simple to start with. So y equal to 0 to you can say that 1 by 2, okay, that can go up to 1 by 2, and x equal to 0 to 1 by 2. Your density function is x plus y dx into dy, right? So this can be computed, right? This is the probability that we want to find out. So this will give you the probability. Why we are not able to find direct area, right? Now if you check the dimension of this, right, it is not going to be the area, okay? Remember, it is not an area. Understand? Area means there should be a product of two lengths, okay? But here you see x plus y times dx dy, okay? Next is these are the length only and this is the length, so it becomes kind of volume, right? So now what we can do here is so what we can do now, as long as the limit of integration is concerned, they are constant, so you can perform integration in any sequence you like, okay? But I'm just going to perform integration over x first, okay? So keeping y as constant, okay? तो यहाँ पर हो जाएगा क्या, एक्स स्क्वायर बाई 2 प्लस एक्स बाय, okay, d by, here you can apply the fundamental first theorem of fundamental calculus, okay, that is x equal to 0 to x equal to 1 by 2 d by. So if you plug everything here, so it becomes y equal to 0 to 1 by 2. This is nothing but 1 by 8 plus by 2, okay, and this is d by. Now if you integrate further, this becomes 1 by 8 by plus by square by 4 and then 0 to 1 by 2, okay, and if you plug here 1 by 2 here, so it becomes 1 by 16 plus this is nothing but 1 by 16, which is 2 by 16, which is 1 by 8, right? So the answer for this question is 1 by 8. You see guys, very little effort has to be put here, okay, in order to get the priority, right? So whenever joint density function is given and if the integration limit comes out to be constant, right, okay, very simple to perform this integral, right? I mean, you can perform integration in any sequence, whether you treat first the y as constant or the x as constant, answer is going to be same. I believe this is fine for all, yeah? So the answer for this question is 1 by 8. You see how simply we have done the question, yeah? So it's a very simple question, right? Okay, let us take second part of the question that is more interesting, okay? second part of the question. Okay, so I'm again going to take this question and we are going to solve this question. Okay, second part of the question. Okay, already done. Answer for this is 1 by 8. Now we want to find what is probability of x plus y less than 1. So now they have given some sort of the particular region, right? This in this region you have to integrate. Okay, in this region. Okay, they have given x plus y less than 1. Okay, so you have to draw the region of support. Okay, but I will encourage everyone also to draw this x plus y less than 1. Okay, region also inside the region of support. Okay, and then set up the integral. Why you will set up the integral? The reason is you have to set up the integral, double integral, because the density function is non uniform. अब ये सारी चीजें बार बार हम नहीं बताएंगे, ठीक है? अब आपको एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा. सी व्हाई वी फील ऑलवेज डीमोटिवेटेड व्हाइल प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर द गेट एग्जाम. द रीजन इज we don't focus on the concept. We always look behind the question, right? We always try to solve question without any proper method, right? We don't know the real concept. So देखो, what the subjects, very easy subjects, we find it okay. Whatever subjects you have been preparing from many years, okay, that comes handy. But the uncomfortable subjects is like, mathematics, communication engineering, electromagnetic devices, okay, analog circuits, right? So these are the signal and systems, right? So if you know the real concept, you will be able to solve the question. Okay, so probability x plus y less than 1. Okay, the same goes to data science as well. Okay, data science is the math here main. So yeah, so what is the first step, guys? The first step is nothing but the step number 1, that is going to be, you have to draw the region of support, right? You have to draw the region of support, that is x and y. Okay, and then this is going to be 0 to 1, right? The 0 to 1, understand? And then you have to draw x plus y. Okay, so this is the region of support, you can say. But now you have to draw the region of this region. Okay, x plus y less than 1. What is the meaning of x plus y less than 1? That is x plus y equal to 1. So you can say y equal to minus x plus 1. So this is the line, straight line, or you can say x equal to 0, y is 1. Okay, x is 0, y is 1, and y is 0, x is 1, right? Okay, so this will be like this. Okay, you can say this is the line that I'm talking about, x plus y. So this okay, this is the area that you have to look for, right? But this is not the area, okay, because the density function is constant. Okay, so you have to compute the double integral for this red region. Okay, now the question is, how do we compute that? तो देखो, मैं कंप्यूट करके आपको दिखाता हूँ. अ वेरी सिंपल वे ऑफ फाइंडिंग द एरिया, not area, you can say kind of volume only, right? So you see here, first of all you have to take by. Okay, by can go from where to where? You have a look. Okay, you have a look, guys. By can go from where to where? By can take value from 0 to 1 max, right? So 0 to 1. Okay, I hope this makes sense. So first of all, you should be able to decide the limit of the by. Now let us decide the limit of x. So minimum value that x can take. So what you can do here is you have to take one strip here. Just I'm going to show you the strip, right? Please take the strip. ऐसे एक strip आपको लेना है. ये आप बोल सकते हो this is nothing but a horizontal strip, right? You take the strip. Okay, this is the strip that you have to take. Now you have to slide this strip up and down. If you slide from bottom to up, right, so your by is going to take up 0 to 1 value, right, limit of integration. And if you see this strip, okay, तो ये कहाँ पर टच करती है? ये y एक्सिस को टच करती है, जहां पर x क्या होता है सर? 0 होता है. That everybody knows, yeah. If it is touching at y axis, on y axis x is always 0, but what at this end of the, you can say this end of the strip, what it is touching? It is touching the line, straight line, where x is going to be, what is x here? That is going to be 1 minus by, right? So you can say that this is 1 minus by. I hope this makes sense now, right? How to डिसाइड द लिमिट ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट्स इट, बाकी तो काम आपका इजी हो जाता है, ठीक है. एंड हियर आल्सो यू कैन सी हियर, बट this time the y limit is constant but x limit is not constant. Okay, so आपको क्या करना है, you can also take uh, horizontal limit. Okay, sorry, horizontal, this vertical strip also. So in case of vertical strip, x is going to vary from 0 to 1 and y is going to vary from 0 to 1 minus x. So whether you want to take vertical strip or horizontal strip depends. Okay, horizontal strip is going to help you to find out the limit of x. ठीक है, चलो next. So here we can write x plus y, and this is nothing but dx, and this is going to be dy. So first of all, let us integrate. Okay, let us integrate this guy with respect to x only. Okay, and then we can, okay, so treating y as constant. ठीक है, so I'm just going to solve this integral. So y equal to 0 to 1, 0 to 1 minus by, that is x. ठीक है, x plus by dx dy. ठीक है, देखो, you have to accept this procedure, there is no other procedure, understand? So now, so first of all, y equal to 0 to 1 as it is, you keep as it is, treat this guy as a constant, then it becomes x square plus byx upon 2 here, right? And now x equal to 0 to 1 minus by, and this is dy. Now you can plug all these values using the first theorem of calculus. Okay, so this is nothing but 1 minus by whole square by 2 plus by times 1 minus by. Okay, I think this is clear, right? And then you have to just integrate this guy, okay, with respect to by. I think this is clear, right? So it's a very simple setup, right? So you have to do like this. This is the best algorithm that you have to do, right? Why we are not directly finding the area? Because the density function is not uniform. If it is uniform, directly you can say yes. It is very simple. Okay, it is going to be very simple, understand? It is going to be very simple, very simple, you can say. Okay, so then what you have to do, how to solve this guy, right? So you can solve this, you can take 1 by 2 here, right? By equal to 0 to 1 by 2. So this is 1 plus by square minus 2 by plus this is 2 by minus 2 by square, right? You can take 1 by 2 common, okay, directly from here. So you will see that something is cancelling, ये cancel हो जाएगा. 1 by 2 you can take out y equal to 0. Many people will get stuck here itself, right? So 1 minus by square dy. Now you have to just integrate this, right? I mean, okay, so this becomes by cube by 3, and this is 0 to 1. So 1 by 2, right? This is 1 minus 1 by 3. आंसर आ गया. इसको आप सॉल्व करोगे तो ये आ जाएगा 1 by 2, which is 2 by 3, right? Which is 1 by 3 answer, right? So answer for this question is 1 by 3. ठीक है, 1 by 3 you will get. Okay, you see how fast I have got the answer. Yes, so I think you guys understood that how to perform the non-uniform case, right? How to compute the integral, how to compute the probability in case of non-uniform. Okay, so you have to understand these process. Okay, so जो स्टेप्स मैंने बताए हैं past 3 lectures में, and these are the important concept, right? They will be asked question from this. ठीक है, और मैंने आपको मार्जिनल के बारे में बता दिया है कि व्हाट इज दैट मार्जिनल, हाउ टू फाइंड द मार्जिनल एंड ऑल, राइट? सो सपोज x and y are jointly continuous and they are described by, you can say, the density function, then x has a marginal density fx. Okay, and if you have to run the integral over x and y, right? And then y has a marginal density, so you have to run over integral over x. right? From minus infinity to infinity. Understand? That is the what the you have to do it. Okay, that is very important to do, right? And and you should be able to find, right? You should be able to find the uh, you know so suppose you have got joint density function, you will be able to find the marginal, but never go back. Okay, if you have got the marginal, it does not mean that it is going to give you the joint. ये भी आपको याद रखना है. मतलब joint अगर आपको पता है, joint PDF, you can find the marginals. Okay, but if you know the marginals, it is not like that always possible that you will be able to find the joint, because if x and y are independent random variable, then you can find out. Okay, okay, that is what the situation is. Fine. So I have discussed all questions. I think you guys can remember, right? I have talked about many things. Okay. Uh, Here I will also talk about one or two questions, right? So I think I have given some questions. Okay, in the 1 minute, I'm just going to take that question. Yes. Yesterday I shared some of the questions, right? So I think you guys are trying those questions. Okay. अब देखो एक क्वेश्चन आया था, वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन, राइट? आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू टू सॉल्व, राइट? आपको लगेगा सर ये कैसे आपने सॉल्व कर दिया, बट या इन फैक्ट एवरीबडी विल अप्रिशिएट हियर. ओके, आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू टेक दैट क्वेश्चन. वेट. ठीक है. Just wait. Yes, I got that question. Yeah. So this question was asked in GATE in Electronics and Communication Engineering, right? And many students solve this question wasting their time a lot, right? So now if you're good at maths and if you have watched Dheeraj Sir lecture, so I don't think so you will take much time to solve this question, right? So don't relate this question with your communication engineering. Okay, you can solve this question using different method, but follow my method, because this method is going to be highly efficient. Okay, and you will get the answer very quickly. ठीक है. अगर आपको जिस तरीके से मैंने बताया है, if you're going to follow this method, right? So what you can do here is, since they have given x1, x2, x3, they are the independent IID. Okay, you can say this is IID process. IID, right? It is not IIT, IID, independent and identically distributed random variable with the uniform distribution x and 0 and 1. So simple, So what is the probability of x plus x1 plus x2 less than or equal to x3? Okay, so what we can do here is, first of all, we can draw the region of support for two random variables. Okay, like you can draw here x1, this is x1 and this is x2. So region of support, you can say this is going to be 0 to 1, right? Because x1 takes the value 0 to 1, x2 also takes the value 0 to 1. x3 takes the 0 to 1, but what we can do here is, since they have given this kind of a situation, you have to find x1 plus x2, that has to be less than x3, right? So what we can do here is, we can also draw this region, okay, in this region of support, and there are two random, we are considering two-dimensional picture only, okay? So what we can treat here is, we can say that this x3 is nothing but small g. Okay, you can say this, we are fixing this x3 for the moment. Just fix this x3. Okay, can you fix this x3? Yes. Now x3 is a constant. You can say x1 plus x2 is equal to some constant, right? x1 plus x2 is equal to small g. So what is x2, guys? Now you can just plot this, okay, on this. Okay, so please picture this guy on this region of support, you can say. So yeah, So if x1 is 0, it is going to be, you can say that small g, and this is small g, right? So one line will be there. This is a line that we want, okay? What they're asking is, they're asking you to compute the probability of x1 plus x2 less than or equal to x3, right? So they're asking this. So what is the area of this, right? They're asking this, okay? So the, what is the area? What is the area here, right? Area is going to be 1 by 2, right? 1 by 2 z into z, right? Which is z square by 2. Okay, z square by 2. Okay, that is the, you can say that probability of x1 plus x2 less than or equal to x3. But here the x3 is not constant, okay? x3 is also uniformly distributed. I believe this is fine for all, yeah? So this is what you can find out always, right? But if you want to find out the probability, okay, that the, since you can say that since x3 is also uniform, okay, in 0 to 1, right? So the probability of x1 plus x2 less than x3 is going to be, it varies from 0 to 1, z square by 2 dz. Okay, understand? So this becomes zq by 3 into 2 from 0 to 1, and this is nothing but 1 by 6. Okay, you see how fast we are able to find the answer for this question, right? So yeah, ठीक है, इसका आंसर क्या था? The answer for this question we got here is 1 by 6. Yes, 1 by 6. So how we are finding this answer? Okay, you see, you don't have to use any sort of convolution process that becomes kind of sometimes lengthy as well. But here you are using mathematics, a very basic math. Okay. I hope this makes sense. So this kind of answer, I mean, let me check the answer as well, because I I I need to check the answer. The probability of you can say that x1 plus x2 less than x3. Okay, let me check the answer, okay, because I think, yeah, it is given. So what is the answer for this question? That is so there are three random variables, x1 and x2. They are identically independent distribution. 1 minute. Yeah. So this kind of question has been asked always, right? Many times they have asked this kind of question. Okay. So the simple answer is, I'm just checking the answer, right? Yeah, 1 by 6 is the correct answer for this question. Okay. 1 by 6 is the correct answer. Okay. I believe this is fine for all, yeah? So what you can do here is you can fix the third dimension and try to sketch this, okay? And then you can vary, because everything is here identical and independent, so you can also follow the symmetry concept, and it is very simple answer, right? But what we always do is, since we are from electronics and communication engineering, so we always perform what? We always perform the convolution and all, right? Let me take some more questions. Okay, so one more question we can take here is, that question was asked in you know data science and AI, okay, this year in 2024, right? So I believe that question must be taken, and that question was directly from my classroom only. Okay, you see, this question was asked in GATE 2024 from Dheeraj Sir live class only, direct. Okay. Since x and y are given, right? So x with a random variable, it is uniformly distributed. So it is a uniform case, right? But it is uniform in certain D, you can say certain region, okay? So x, so what we can do here is, first of all, we can draw the support, right? So we have to draw the support. Okay? So drawing support means x takes the value, you can say 1 and 3. ठीक है, तो ये 1 and 3 हो जाता है, and by takes the value 2 and 4, so you can say that this 2 and 4. So this is the reason, right? That is D. You can say uniform in D, right? Now, if x and y are independent, they are saying, right? Yeah, independent. So, what is the probability of x greater than y? They are asking, okay? X greater than or equal to y. X greater than or equal to y. So, it is nothing but your this, right? So, you can just plot it, okay? It is very important to plot. So, this is the gap is here 2, okay? The gap is 2 here. Here also the gap is 2, right? So it is 2 by 2 square, you can say square is given. It is not a unit square. It is a 2 by 2 square, okay, figure. And x greater than equal to y. Probability of x greater than equal to y means what? So what is this, guys? This is nothing but, 1 comma 2. These points, right? So x equal to y. See, if x is 1, right? Y must has to be 1, right? That is very important to remember. If x is 1, y has to be equal to 1. तो मतलब आप बता दो कि ये पॉइंट जो है, ये एक पॉइंट हो गया. लेट मी रिमूव दिस. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर लाइन आपको ड्रॉ करना पड़ेगा. एंड इफ यू कैन से x is 2, the y is gonna be 2 here. ठीक है, आपको प्लॉट करना है. ठीक है, if x is 3, the y has to be 3. You can say this. So let me now draw the x equal to y line. So this line is nothing but what, guys? This line is x equal to y line. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Okay, so you can say that this point is nothing but 2, this point is nothing but 3. Okay, so they are asking you to compute x greater than y, means this is nothing but your a, right? So your probability will be what? The probability of x greater than equal to y is going to be equal to, okay, the area of A upon the area of D. Already we have discussed this concept, yeah? So it was very simple question. What is the area of this guy? This is the triangle, guys. Okay, if you look at this is triangle, okay? And this is 3, this is 2. So you can say this gap is 1, okay? And this is 3, gap is 1. So, the area is going to be, you can say area of A is going to be 1 by 2 into 1 into 1, which is 1 by 2. And what is the area of the, kind of square? So that is 1 by 2 times upon, that is 2 into 2, that is 4, right? So answer for this question is 1 by 8. Yeah. So you can solve that. 1 by 8 means, 0 point something, 125. Let me calculate also, scientific calculate. 1 by 8. Yeah, 0.125. Okay, so they are asking also answer up to 3 decimal places. You see, rounded up to 3 decimal places. To answer for this question is 0.125. Then only you will get complete marks. You see how easy this question is, right? And I think there is no, you don't have to perform double integral and all, and life is very simple. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we'll take some more question, right? So you guys can try all questions which I have shared. Right? देखो एक question और आया था. It was very easy question, I think. Yeah. So yes. So you see this question. So question number 49, right? So let x be the real valued random variable. So expectation of x and expectation of x square denoting the mean value of x and the, you know, this is also mean value of, like we can say mean square, right? That's it. Relation always hold true. देखो, तो आपको पता है कि you know where these two terms will be appearing, right? You should know that. So I have told you a very useful formula, right, for variance, right? So we know that the variance of x is nothing but expectation of x square minus the expectation of x ka whole square, right? And that has to be greater than or equal to 0, right? It should be always positive. So from here you can say that expectation of x square is greater than the expectation of x ka whole square. Okay. So this is wrong. Okay, this will be wrong. Understand? This is also wrong. This is also wrong, right? So you should say B is the correct answer for this question. Yeah, B is going to be the correct answer for this question. Okay, B. You see, if you know the concept, then you can solve the question. If you don't know the concept, then life is very difficult. Okay. Yes. And yes, these are the question you, and please keep practicing. That is what I wanted to convey, right? Next sessions will be, अब जो remaining sessions हैं उसमें I'm just going to talk about, you know, covariance and all. That is also important. And later we will switch to statistics part, right? We will talk about mean, median, mode and everything. ठीक है. तो आई थिंक आपको मज़ा आ गया होगा इस सेशन में, क्योंकि मैंने इसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स भी सॉल्व किए हैं. आप और भी प्रॉब्लम अब ज्वाइंट डेंसिटी के सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. तो ज्वाइंट डेंसिटी में आपको प्रोबेबिलिटी कंप्यूट करने के लिए आ सकता है. दे माइट आस्क यू टू कंप्यूट कंडीशनल एक्सपेक्टेशन, दे माइट आस्क यू टू कंप्यूट यू नो वेरिएंस, दे माइट आस्क यू टू कंप्यूट यू नो, बहुत सिंपल चीज़ें हैं. ठीक है. वेरिएंस अगर आता है तो आपको फिर एक्सपेक्टेड वैल्यू रूल यूज़ करना है. बस हो गया ये. ठीक है. सो यू मे बी थिंकिंग दैट हाउ धीरज सर इज सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चन. देखो यार, क्या मैं फिर से बता रहा हूँ, यू हैव टू पुट योर डीप इंटरेस्ट इन इट. ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब ठीक है यार. ठीक है. मैं आपको बता देता हूँ अपनी स्टोरी. देखो, मैं इतना डीप में पढ़ाता हूँ ना, मुझे पता है कि अगर अभी इफ माई प्रेजेंट इज नॉट गुड, राइट, ओके, इफ अगर ये चीज़ मुझे समझ में आ गई तो फ्यूचर मेरा अच्छा रहेगा. ठीक है. तो हम हमेशा किस लिए काम करते हैं? एज ए ह्यूमन बीइंग वी ऑलवेज फोकस ऑन फ्यूचर. ठीक है. कि हमारा फ्यूचर अच्छा होना चाहिए. अभी ठीक है, स्ट्रगल, वी कैन डू स्ट्रगल, राइट? सो यू गाइज हैव टू स्ट्रगल एट दिस मोमेंट. और बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे हैं कि यू नो, देखो कितना सिंपल है. समटाइम्स आई फील लाइक दिस इज आल्सो फार इजियर देन द एप्टीट्यूड, राइट? देखो, मैं क्वेश्चन कितने, ये क्वेश्चन काफी डिफिकल्ट होते हैं गाइस. ठीक है. बट it's fine, you guys are lucky that Dheeraj sir is teaching you guys all, right? So please follow that, and we'll take up new subjects, right, from October, right, so that you know, these things can be compensated. Thank you. We'll meet in the next session. Keep learning.